UFO sightings in a classified briefing to Congress after last month's House and Senate hearings.
And authorities are still investigating mysterious drone activity observed several times in northern New Jersey recently, including near President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Club.
More than several times. I've seen two outside my window. Tennessee Congressman and House Oversight Committee member Tim Burchett joins us now. Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning. This is a little bit personal to me. My entire neighborhood, everybody in the surrounding cities, seems like it's all anybody's talking about because there are so many sightings. We're going to show you the one outside of my house that my kids captured just on Thursday night. But what are your thoughts on this? What's happening, and why don't we have more information? That's over my house.
Yeah. It's one of three things. It's either individuals, it's either the Chinese, or it's our military, or a combination thereof. Honestly, you don't see a lot of that in Tennessee, where I'm from, because everybody's got a 12-gauge shotgun, ma'am. And I suspect we need to open the season up on drones. But it's I've been briefed on military maneuvers where we know that the Chinese are doing that, and so it's a real problem. I think we need to, and honestly, they don't respect this country right now because of who's in the White House. I mean, you saw the Chinese balloon; it was able to fly over our secret installations, and even in Tennessee, over Oak Ridge, it turned around and went back. We could have dropped it up in the Pacific a long time before it went all the way across the ocean. They dropped it off the coast of Myrtle Beach. So they are actually testing us, I feel like, and we are failing that test. And until Donald Trump gets in the White House, you'll continue to see this. But I would say it will sharply drop when he's.
That doesn't make me feel safe that I have to wait till Donald Trump is in office to find out what's flying over, like literally outside my window. We're not even talking like way over my house.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you've got local laws and regulations, and I would suggest you petition your local folks. But FAA is supposed to control the airspace, and they're failing at their job.
Here's what just so you know, everybody in my neighborhood is calling the police station and the sheriff, and then the sheriff says call the FBI, and nobody gets any answers. Here's what the FAA said. They said safely integrating drones into the national airspace system is a key priority for the FAA. We look into all reports of unauthorized drone operations and investigate when appropriate. What? Like, that doesn't tell me anything.
That's gutless, ma'am, and that is the attitude of the federal government. And I suspect our friends at DOGE will make that report, and I hope Congress has the guts to do something about it. But that in lies the problem right there, because what you'll do is, as I stated on my X account, it had over 3 million views. What I said the problem is the congressmen that are in that room. They got to get the guts to do something about it. And if they make the propeller in one guy's district and the battery in the other parts of the district, they're going to say, well, we need to study this for a while. And we don't need to study it, ma'am. It needs to go away.
Well, so speaking of DOGE, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are talking about trying to find some $2 trillion in savings from the federal deficit. And this is great, and everybody can get behind that. But there's sort of part of me that says, OK, $2 trillion, we've got a $34 trillion deficit. We're going to have to do a whole lot more than just $2 trillion.
Yeah, it's like 35. We had $1 trillion every 100 days. Again, this is where Congress has to get some guts, and the people and your viewers have to hold us accountable. I look up on that board every day at votes, and there's probably 15 or 20 of us that put a red dot, which means we vote against it. Last week we voted for one bill that had over $300 million in it, unfunded. We're borrowing this from our great-grandchildren again. Yep. You've got your Congress people up there, and they're going to grease their buddies that are lobbyists, and their wife and or their girlfriend works for some quasi-governmental agency, and they don't want to see it cut. And that's what happens. You all have got to start holding us accountable. That's why if we could get single-issue spending bills like we do in Tennessee, they drop a 3,000-page bill on our desk, and we got 2 hours to read it. You read down and find out what lobbyists you need to grease, what group you've promised to, what bridge you've got in your district, and then you vote for it. That's why we're $35 trillion in debt. Do individual spending bills. And the old timers tell me, well, Burchett will be here all night. Well, dadgummit, y'all pay us over $170,000, at least in Tennessee. That's a heck of a lot of money, and we need to start earning it.
And Congressman, do you think there should be like a bag limit in Tennessee on drone season, or do you can picture
No.
like an open season like Wild Hog?
No, I passed that bill on the wild hogs in Tennessee. I understand drones taste a whole lot like chicken, so I'm kind of...
So open season, year-round, unlimited bags for drones.
Do you know what
Tennessee.
Charlie was telling me during the break, Congressman, that the one place you can't fly drones over is Washington, D.C.
It's true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They can fly over my
Yeah.
house, but not over the White House.
Well, we have the capability of knocking those things down, ma'am. Don't let them tell you we don't. It's... I have it on pretty good information. But
Right.
the UFO issue is a totally other issue, of course.
All right, Congressman Tim Burchett, thanks for being on with us this morning.
Thanks, Congressman.
Thank y'all for having me. Yes, ma'am, it's great. And if you can get me a couple good old boys up there, ma'am, and get them a permit, I'm sure they will knock those drones down.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman.